Hi, everybody. Good evening to you. Hope you're having a lovely night. So, Chantal did a walking video. I'm so happy that it's a video where she's not eating. So, she took a walk in the park late at night. Again, another location where there's hardly anybody around, although there were people around, including one part of the video that I was just peeking out at. There's one part of the video where she's walking, I believe it's with Salah. You don't see him on camera, but there was a section of the video where there seemed to be a gentleman following her with his camera out. I saw that part and I'm like, who is that person? Is it someone she knows? Because I would imagine that if it were a complete stranger with his phone pointed in Foodie's direction, that if Salah were right there, he would say something to the guy. So who is this mysterious gentleman following Foodie around with his phone? I don't know. But she did her walking. She had a walking goal. She was supposed to walk 6,000 steps. She cut that down to about half, just trying to meet that goal. So I want to give my thoughts on that video. But before we get into that, we're going to do kind of a very small retro react, courtesy of the channel MARLEY HENDRIX, because MARLEY HENDRIX has a lot of archive stuff. And the title of MARLEY HENDRIX's video, and this was posted, let's see, this was a year ago. The title of the video is Foodie Beauty and Her Massive Channel Success, How to Grow Your YouTube Channel for Beginners. So back in 2017, Foodie put out a small video giving some tips and advice to people to grow their channel or to make a channel. And when you think about everything she does on her channel and you watch this now, it's quite interesting. Some of the tips and tricks she gives people, because I've got some thoughts. So I want to do like a little mini retro react before we get into her current content, and you'll see how the two tie together. So let me just go ahead and pull up MARLEY's video. And again, I'll leave a link for the video in the description of this video so you can find MARLEY's channel if you don't know about it already, and give them a psych. It's been a long day. Give them a sub, a like, some engagement. Okay, so here's Foodie. Here she is, 2017. She's got a channel. Her channel is not that big yet, but for some reason she decided to put out a video giving everybody else advice about how to grow your channel. And she leaves a lot of stuff out. She leaves a lot of stuff out as in the way of advice. You know, things that if she were being honest, she should have put in this video, like how to scam people, how to manipulate people to get more views by way of making them worry over you and being concerned for your welfare. I mean, she didn't go into those things in this video, but she should have included them because that is part of how she pulls people to her channel. But you know what? I'm going to let Foodie talk. We're just going to watch the video. And let's hear what Foodie of 2017 has to tell us about if you're someone and you want to be on YouTube and be successful, how you can grow your channel. What's your advice, Foodie? Tell us.
I know what you're thinking. I only have like over 1,000 subscribers, so why am I doing this video? And I've learned a few things along the way. Number one thing I have to say is a big don't ask for subscribers. It's okay to do it in a video, like at the end, please subscribe, encourage.
Okay. So she's telling us don't beg for people to subscribe to your channel. It's not a good look. So what are we looking at right now? What we're looking at is, where is this? Is this on her Instagram or something? But this post right here has to do with Foodie just going absolutely ham, signing up for all kinds of platforms and encouraging her subscribers on YouTube to sign up for all of those platforms. Chantal's always been about that quick money, that easy, quick money by way of memberships and membership signups. And a lot of her subs were not happy with this because it became very apparent what was going on here. They were complaining about signing up for multiple platforms and having to pay $5 here and $5 there. It adds up for a lot of people. I believe this was on her, was this her OnlyHands or something? I don't know. I believe it's on her channel. But here's some of the comments from some of her subs saying, we have to pay again? No, just go live on Instagram. We can't afford every site. Please, girl. This other person says, I have spent $15 in the last 2 days to be a part of one live stream. Yeah. Yeah. And another thing that Foodie has always done and still continues to do, instead of people paying just $5 to be a beezer, when she really gets greedy, when she really wants to be cunning, she'll sometimes block people just so they'll come back, buy another membership, and she gets $10 instead of $5. So she manipulates the whole block system just to get more money out of people. This other person says, how about you stream from that $2,000 iMac you just bought? Why would you stream on a phone when you have a desktop? Right? She's always streamed off her phone. Even though she's had multiple computers in the past, she could get a computer and she could stream off of it and it would be much more professional. She prefers her phone because that's where her filters are. And now she's talking about being a reactor. Well, a lot of reactors have computers, and that's how they use StreamYard, which is a program where you can do reaction videos. So how are you going to be a reactor without using StreamYard, Foodie? This other beezer says, I already paid for this, shaking my head, I'm too broke. Another person says, so are we now expected to buy a Patreon membership? So yeah, she had her YouTube channel, she had Patreon, she had OnlyHands, she had like 4, it's Twitch. She was asking her subs to sign up for all of those platforms. So she's telling us in the beginning of this video, don't beg for subscribers. Don't beg for subs. And yet she'll turn around and try to manipulate the people that are already subscribed to pay more money just for the privilege of talking to her, when really she has nothing interesting to say.
Your viewers to subscribe to you, but don't go on other people's channels asking for subscribers. Another thing you want to do is have really catchy thumbnails. Having success on YouTube, actually, you can just boil it down pretty much to think of how you think on YouTube when you're browsing YouTube. You're just mindlessly looking for something to catch your attention, right? A lot of the time. And a lot of the time, what you're going to go for is a catchy thumbnail. You're not going to go for somebody who has a, thumbnail like this. Oh.
I'm sorry, that's funny. The shade of it all. I love it, Marley. I love it. Yeah, but Foodie's all about shock. She's not going to make an ordinary thumbnail. She's going to put something on it that gets attention. The same thing with her videos. Going for the shock, going for the drama. A lot of times her thumbnails and her video titles will have something in it to either gross you out, or if you're a subscriber, make you worry over her. She did it recently with the Make Me Laugh stream. The title, Make Me Laugh, pointed in the direction of she's not feeling well. She's upset. Something's wrong. And of course, the subs that care for her, they're going to come to her stream with the attitude of, what's wrong, Foodie? Are you okay? Are you depressed? Yeah, she does that on purpose. There's nothing wrong with Foodie, but she wants you to make you think that something is wrong. And if you're a subscriber, oh, we care so much for you. You know, what's wrong? That way she gets a view.
Over a thumbnail like this. It's just how it is, you know? Another thing, use clickbait. I mean, it's okay to use clickbait. Put something in the title of your video that's very misleading and has absolutely nothing to do with your content.
So she is self-confessing right here in the very beginnings of her channel that she's all about deception. She is all about deceiving people and lying to people. I'm not going to make a title or a thumbnail that's based on truth, that has to do with my content. I'm going to make something really wacky or insane or crazy that's a complete lie just to get people to watch me. You know, this video was 5 minutes long, and she's naming off what it takes to have a great channel, what it takes to get those subscribers. But you know what she hasn't said yet, and I don't think she does say, is just having great, consistent content. Like the first part of the video, like, don't beg for subs. That's number one. Talking about the thumbnails, using clickbait. Why wasn't great content number one on the list? Why were the thumbnails and the clickbait number one and number two? Because at the end of the day, that's what people come back for. Great content. She's all about all the other things to get people's attention. But if you don't have great content, you're not going to keep a person's attention. And that's happening right now with her channel. She's talking about becoming a reaction channel, because the reaction channels, it goes beyond thumbnails. It goes beyond any kind of shocking title. It's actually great, entertaining content. And she wants the views. She wants the engagement, but she's not willing to put the work in to her content, to keep people coming back, to put off that feeling of, if you're a subscriber, you're looking forward to whatever it is that's coming later on down the road. You're putting out that feeling of, if you enjoyed yourself this time, there's going to be something better next time. She stopped working on her content long ago. She stopped trying long ago, and it shows. If you go back through Fraudy's channel, say 2017, she had much more variety with her content then than she does now. And she was smaller then. Now that she's bigger, she doesn't even care. But here she is confessing to using clickbait to get people interested in her. Deceptive clickbait.
For an example of this would be a video where you say, oh my God, like story time, I almost got kidnapped and chased by a stalker. And meanwhile, it was just a story of how you went to the corner store and a 5-year-old boy, you know, chased you.
So I'm just going to put out this one video and then
So
be done with
she's
the
confessing to be a lot. She's confessing to lying. She's telling everybody, this is how much of a liar I am. I'll make a thumbnail. I'll make a video title implying that I was in danger somehow when I was in no danger. But I'm going to make you worry nevertheless. I'm going to get you clicking on the video, and then you're going to find out that I lied. Well, guess what, Fraudy? People don't like being lied to. They don't like being fooled. So is it any wonder that those people that are tired of being lied to say, I'm tired of the lies. I'm going to go where the truth is, and they stop watching your content.
SJAM drama stuff. I don't know. So I don't get pleasure in this, but I'm going to have to show my Instagram direct messages with this person, SJAM, because I just want to show that I don't really know. Maybe you guys can point out. Maybe.
Yeah. So for those who are like, who have not been around for all of the lore, that don't know the canon of Fraudy, what is this about? For those who might be confused, because I realize there might be some people on my channel that are new to Fraudy, or they've not been around as long. SJM started out as a beezer for Chantal. He would come into her chat and he would drop insane amounts of money on Fraudy. Literally like $1,000, $2,000 in super chats on Fraudy. Big ballin', ridiculous big ballin'. And she would love it, of course, because he'd be sending her all the big money. But then once he ran out of money, like, she didn't care about him. And he wanted to come see her, and he actually drove from where he was to where she was. And I don't know if they had a deal set up for her to see him, but she decided not to. And it turned into a whole big mess. But that's how the whole thing with SJM started. He started out as a beezer who spent insane amounts of money on Fraudy, but once he ran out, she didn't want to give him the time of day.
If I led him on, I don't really think that I did, but like, he should have waited for confirmation from me, called me over and over and over. So yeah, if anything, this experience has taught me that I need to be more responsible for my own safety.
Because they were playing and having fun. What you can do, and the proper way to use clickbait, and I should probably do this more, but is to take something in your story and kind of exaggerate it.
Again, another self-confession that she's a liar. Take something in your story and exaggerate it. In other words, don't tell the truth. Blow it up. Make it more than what it is, or be completely deceptive with it. But all about just packaging a bunch of lies and selling it to the public. Again, Fraudy, the public they don't like being lied to. It's just going back, and I don't want to trigger anybody, all the talk about DV and SA, she said out of her mouth that she exaggerated what she said, which means she wasn't telling the truth. When you exaggerate something, you're not being completely truthful. So in this video, she's saying that she will take something and exaggerate it. Always looking for that shock and that drama.
Or emphasize something shocking or funny or very interesting that you do in your video or say in your video. Take those points and make it into an interesting title, you know? For example, you're using words that you want people to be attracted to draw them in and pique their interest, something unique. But at the same time, you also have to keep in mind, and this brings me to my next point, that you want catchy titles with keywords that are popular and very often searched for, so that you're going to attract those views to your channel. I'm going to make sure that...
And that's something that Fraudy still does today. I mean, Kristen on Twitter, she often posts screenshots of the tags that Fraudy puts on her videos. And the problem with some of the tags is that Fraudy, in order to expand her audience, she's trying to get into as many YouTube algorithms as possible. Algorithms that she has no business tapping into because she's not part of that content. Using tags like weight loss journey, and she's not interested in losing weight. Tags like BED recovery. She shouldn't be in those algorithms. But always looking for ways to get attention from different audience groups, even though her content will probably not appeal to them and probably disgust them. But back in 2017, very much interested in using tags to get people interested in her channel. But we're almost done with the video. We're 3 minutes in. It's a 5-minute video. No mention of just making great content. No mention of just doing content that you're passionate about, that you have a true interest in. It's all about manipulation. It's all about deception. Manipulate people into watching your content, deceive your way through it, deceive people so they pay attention to you, rather than Just make a channel and make it all about you and what you're passionate about and what you're good at. More emphasis on shock and drama than actual quality.
In your description, in your tags, and in your title, you want to use words that are highly searched for. So you're going to want to go for those types of keywords that are in the search engine. Another big thing is, you can agree or disagree with me on this, because a lot of people don't do this and still get some views, get a fair amount of views, I should say. But I think that putting some time and effort into your videos, actually taking the time to edit, put some titles, put some,
Yeah, so she's talking about do the editing. And then that whole doggone year plus, the Crackhead Olympics, she wasn't about that editing life. She wasn't about just sitting down, thinking about her content. What am I doing for my audience? Are they entertained? For those who weren't around at that time, let me tell you how all of that constant live streaming started in the first place. She was doing recorded videos. And then there was one year, it was actually on New Year's Eve. She did a live stream with Pete for 6 hours. It was one of her very first ones. She was smoking out of her vape pen. She ate a bunch of junk food, drank a bunch of liquor, and she made, because it was her first one, about net $600. The moment that happened, the light bulb went off in her head. Why do recorded videos? Why take the time to record a video and post it online and wait for the Google AdSense money when she could just turn on a camera and talk for a few hours and get super chats and get membership signups and make 3 times the amount of money with less background work? That's how all of that kicked off. The moment she made that amount of money on New Year's Eve, it was constant live streams every single day for hours and hours and hours. And there really wasn't a whole lot going on. She didn't, like use variety to keep people watching. It was all about acting inappropriately. As I mentioned in the last react, her lowest point as far as her behavior was her highest point financially. Financially, she will never see the money that she saw during Crackhead Olympics ever again. Ever since then, it's been a downhill decline. But 2017, Chantal, whose channel was just starting, the 2017 Chantal that cared about her content and trying to bring the variety, soon became the 2020, 2021 Chantal that didn't give a doggone. That was all about that life of just get the money from the people. Don't give them great content. Who cares? My channel's big enough. I don't have to work anymore. That's what she became.
What do I need? Yes, I'm wearing the same shorts and they smell. Yes, they smell. Yes, they smell.
Edit out the ums and the ands and the anyways, I notice that I say, and anyways and a lot, and I try to edit out as many as I can. I think one of the last things I'm going to talk about is the frequency of uploading is important, because every video you put out there is a chance to get views, so upload a lot, upload frequently, upload as much as you can, make it quality video, upload as often as you can, make sure it's quality, not just quantity.
Yeah, well, that was 2017 Chantal. Imagine that. Her coming to us and talking to us about quality, when anymore it's about quantity. It's constant trash and garbage. So you cared about quality before, Chantal, but what happened? It became about the quantity. All you care about is the Google AdSense money and the membership signups and the super chats and Mama, I remember back in the day when you were doing your live streams, you were making hundreds in super chats and getting tons of membership signups. My, how things have changed. You hardly get super chats anymore. And you don't get as many membership signups, to the point where you don't have VIB streams. You got open chat. And you hate doing that. You hate people talking to you for free. You only do that when you're lacking in memberships and you're trying to get new people recruited. See, that's what happens when your content is garbage and it's all about the quality and there's no care. You suffer the consequences.
Important to want to just be like, oh, I brushed my teeth today, did a load of whites, did a load of colors, you know, unless you can make it really interesting. And I'm already at 1,200 subscribers, so but I put out a lot of content. I put out content almost every day. So you want to do that as a new YouTuber. Try to put out videos even 5 to 6 times a week if you can, you know. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, in the beginning of her channel, she was still very new. And she was just testing out different things to see what would hit. She was doing the makeup hauls. She was doing shopping hauls, and going and doing things in different places. And she was paying attention to what got the most views. And what got the most views, finally, was the mukbang content. And she noticed that because she paid attention to her analytics and her numbers. And when she figured out that the mukbang thing was where she was going to get the most money and the most attention, she focused entirely upon that. That became her number one thing. That's how her channel grew.
So guys, that's my video, and I just wanted to share a bit of thoughts with you. I'm going to try to do a more organized tips and tricks as I become less of a new YouTuber and I learn more along the way. And I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions in particular that you would like me to cover in my next YouTuber beginner video, I can do that. But hopefully someday it will get there. And if you're a beginner like me and you'd like to know some tricks of the trade.
Yeah, well, you learned plenty of tricks, didn't you? You learned every trick you could about how to scam people, how to con people, how to manipulate people online, how to be abrasive, how to do things on YouTube and get away with it, like dirty deleting community posts and videos. You've learned a lot of dirty things, Chantal. A lot of dirty things. And that's why your channel is failing, because you're all about those dirty tricks. Again, no emphasis on quality content that you really feel and you got a passion for. It's about, how can I just make that money off of people before they figure out that I'm going to give them nothing. Okay, so that was from Marley HENDRIX. And thank you, Marley. Thank you for posting that video. I'm going to leave a link for it in the description if you guys want to check it out or check out Marley's channel. So now that we've seen that, now that we've seen that little helpful video, let's see if the 2024 Foodie Beauty Chantal is going to give us some quality content. You know, since she's such an expert in stuff. Let's see if she's going to give us that quality content. Let's check out that little walking video. You know, she's the expert YouTuber, so let's just see if she practiced what she preaches. All right, so there's our girl. And she's going to go walking. So let's see what she does in her walking video.
Yellow, let's go. Hi guys, welcome back to another walking video. Today we are at Boulevard in Salmiya in Kuwait, and there's a lot.
By the way, y'all just saw Chantal in the video I just posted. That was 2017. That was back when she was 377 pounds. So looking at that Chantal and this one, do they look the same? Do they look the same size? No, I don't think so either. But according to Chantal, she's supposed to be at a lower weight now than she was then.
A lot of walking here. So trying to get at least 3,000 steps in. I know my Fitness Pal has me down for 6,000. I chose that, but based on this pedometer, it recommends on my weight and everything, 3,000 to start. So I already have 496. So we kind of have a long way to go. But yeah, Yella, let's go walking. It's a bit dark, but it's nighttime, evening, 8:30.
You know, I understand that Chantal wants to take a walk at night in the dark. She feels comfortable with not many people being around, and I'm sure that the temperature at night is much more comfortable for her because she gets easily overheated. But at the same time, from a YouTuber content creator standpoint, it's going to make filming that much more difficult because there's very low lighting. I mean, she and Salah both have what, iPhone 15s with the really good cameras on them, but even still, you guys can see that the footage is going to be kind of spotty. So if you're just someone on YouTube and you're looking to make a video and make content, wouldn't you want to do it in somewhere with the proper lighting, at least?
And even just not walking for a few days, I
And
feel.
Chantal, I don't know what's going on with your legs, but everybody's been commenting about this. What's going on with your foot or your leg? I'm watching you walk. One of your legs got something wrong with it, doesn't it? Like you're not wanting to put pressure on one of your feet.
Oh, more out of breath and out of shape, so I got to build it up again. Very nice place to go walking.
And again, Chantal, you could have made this better. You could have made it better by talking to the camera. And by talking to the camera, that could have distracted you from all the walking. And you could have done more walking, but you insist on using the filler footage, the music overlay. Ugh. You're so lazy when it comes to your own content. Girl, how are you going to react to anybody when reaction videos take much more work? Okay, I froze it right there. Let me just blow this up. Y'all see what I see, right? Who is this person behind Chantal with the white shirt and the pants? Who is this? Is this somebody that she knows? I would imagine if Salah is doing the filming and he saw a gentleman behind Chantal with his camera out, I would think that he'd say something to the guy, right? Because Chantal doesn't like to be filmed. So considering the fact that this gentleman is filming and this part wasn't cut out, that whoever's filming knows that person, because look, he's got his phone out pointing directly at Chantal, and they're not stopping to confront this person. So who is this individual and why is he filming as well as Salah? Look, I am not trying to be someone that I'm shaming her for her size, but Chantal, you look so incredibly uncomfortable. Like your posture, the way she's walking, she's literally walking like almost like her back arched all the way back to balance all the weight in front. That looks so painful.
What does this say?
Look, do you guys see what I see? Look at the way she's arched all the way back. Like she has to have she got almost like in a U shape to balance that weight in front.
Okay. River, Green Hill. So Boulevard has a lot of cafes. There's a mall, restaurants, a lake.
Okay, now this part confuses me just a little bit. Because in previous live chats and videos, Chantal talked about that she has an anxiety with being around people. And yet there are people here, there's absolutely no reaction to them. So I just find that kind of weird. That sometimes she says she has anxiety about being around people, but yet other times the anxiety just isn't there. Really weird. Like, why is the anxiety selective?
I like the weather tonight too. Restarting is always hard, but you gotta do it. Even though I haven't walked for a few days, I still have better.
You know, I'm pretty sure that Chantal's been watching the reaction channels, and all of us have been saying the same thing about her walking vlogs, that it's mainly her sitting, like walk, sit, walk, sit, walk, sit. She's hearing it from all of us. She calls these things walking vlogs or a walking challenge, but there's not a whole lot of walking. There's more sitting and posing than anything else. So in this vlog, she walked and she doesn't show herself sitting, but at the same time, she makes a point to stop everywhere she can and hold on to something. If you want to use these walking challenges to lose weight, Chantal, you got to get that heart rate up and you got to keep it up. You can't stop every 10 feet. My God, that shot right there. Dang.
Stamina than months ago. I haven't sat down yet. I'll record all the sit breaks I take.
See, it's like she's not, this really isn't a walking challenge to her. To me, this feels like an excuse for her to spend time around Salah. And like she calls him on the phone, hey, I want to do a walking challenge, but it's not really a walking challenge for her. It's just an excuse to see Salah and have him film something and her having little photo op moments. She's not taking it seriously. It's just, let's go somewhere and really pretty and let me pose up against something. The focus is not going to be on my health. It's about how cute can I look tonight? You know, it's just, hey, it's your health. It's your life, Foodie. It's either a joke or it's not. Obviously, it's still a joke to you.
I had no motivation because I wasn't feeling great, but if you ever have no motivation, just get there. The rest is the easiest part. It's a Sears. They're all closed in Canada. $911.
Okay, can I say something about that? I know that she's got the phone in her hand, but how do we know that Salah didn't take the phone, walk around a bit, get those steps up, and give the phone back to her? How do we know that? How do we know that? I mean, there's 100 ways to fool your phone, one of those, I'm sure. How do we know that she did 911 steps? Because I haven't seen 911 steps so far.
We need 3,000. This section, there's not many people, but Boulevard is busy tonight because most people in Arab countries come out at nighttime in the evenings.
You know what, Chantal? Whatever it takes to get healthy, you know? If you have to go out at night while it's still cool and walk around the dark, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Problem is, spring and summer are right around the corner. You're in Kuwait. It's going to get real hot, real fast. So whatever progress you make right now, how are you going to keep it going once the temperature starts to rise? The only thing I could think of is if you live in a building with air conditioning, spend a couple $100, get a treadmill, put it in your house, and you can walk whenever you want without even going outside. But of course you're not going to listen to me because that's an idea that makes too much sense. You know, you're not about logic and reason, but I'm just saying that'd be a good workaround. You know, if this were a true walking challenge vlog, we don't need to see all these buildings. Why is the camera panning over to here, there, and everywhere? Just keep the camera on Chantal. Hold her accountable. You know, like that's all you need, really. Take the camera, focus on Chantal, let her talk for 15 minutes. You know, by talking, she can distract herself from any discomfort she's feeling. And don't take the camera off of her until the video's over.
This is a train ride for kids. If I was confident I wouldn't break it, I would go on it. Haven't sat down yet.
Well, you shouldn't sit down. You're doing a walking challenge, not a walking sit challenge. The idea is to walk and walk and walk and not sit, to keep moving. You know, you've been fudging it, Chantal, with these walking challenges. You've been seriously fudging it. Most of it's been sitting and talking, sitting and talking. We've been calling you out on it. That's why you keep emphasizing, I'm not sitting yet. You know, because you got busted. You got called the whole way out.
Here's how big Boulevard is. Here's the Boulevard map. You are here. I don't remember where we parked, but anyway.
She's standing perfectly still, and you can hear how heavy her breathing is. Wow. See, it's not about walking. It's not, the vibe here is not, I'm in really bad health. I just gained 13 pounds in a week, which is insane. And so I'm going to get rid of this weight. I'm going to. That's where my head is at. I am locked in. I'm loaded, and let's do this. It's about let's walk around and look for cute places to pose. Chantal, this isn't a photo shoot. Stop it. Take your health seriously for once. Like all of this footage did not need to be here. All this filler footage with the cats. Who cares? Like this is all distraction. So she can stop and sit again. See, she's stopping. Just because she's not sitting down doesn't make it any better. She should just keep moving. It's a 15-minute video. This is not a 2-hour video. Keep moving. Stop with the stopping and the standing and the posing. Oh, come on, Chantal. Really?
So we walked completely around, and I'm at 1863 steps. So still more to go. So let's go.
Okay, again, I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, but even though I was not in the room, I can almost see what's going to happen after this video. Chantal's going to do all these steps, and then she's going to have that bee monster in her head talk to her late at night after Salah is gone, and it's going to tell her, look, you did good today. You walked all that way. Go ahead and eat those candy bars. And she's going to listen. And then all of this will be for naught.
All right, let me go to the top here. It's called Green Hill.
But she's breathing heavy. Bad. Maybe that's why they keep putting the music over the top of her, to block out the heavy breathing. Because her face is beet red. And it's at night, and it's cooler at night, and her face is that red. The look at her, she's toast. Look at her. She is done. Look how shiny her face is. She's sitting down. She's done. She don't want to do no more.
I'm taking a break now to drink water.
But Chantal, you told us that you walked for 2 hours. So what happened?
Going down, always better than going up.
So let me ask you something, Chantal. That video that you made in 2017, you being a new YouTuber, giving advice to people about how to get people on your channel, giving advice about clickbait and catchy thumbnails and all that. If the 2017 Chantal saw you at 2024, right now as you are, do you think that they would call this great content, quality content, channel building content? Because I don't think you would. I think if you were anybody else on YouTube coming across this video, you would say, this is garbage. This is absolute garbage. What a joke. This person's calling this a walking challenge, and they're not even challenging themselves. Like all the shots of the scenery, the camera should be strictly on her to hold her accountable for her challenge. Look, she walking up the bridge just to stand there, finding anywhere to stand. So are you on a walking challenge or are you on a walking tour? That's kind of what it feels like. Let's just go check out the scenery. Less walking, more sightseeing.
We're about to reach the other end of Boulevard, right through this tunnel up ahead.
More scenery we don't need to see. Who cares?
It's for sports, gym. There's a public outdoor gym and stuff.
There are entirely too many shots in this video of the animals in the area. It just seems like, did they seek out every cat, every frog, every duck, everything in the area? It's pretty obvious Salah does not want to film her. But if he sees anything else in the video that's alive, oh, let's put the camera on that. He doesn't want to film her at all. And she, you know, she's tired. Look at her hanging on to the tree. You know her back hurts.
There's like some kind of gym here. Bars. Oh no, I'm too heavy.
And Salah's behind the camera, and he has to know that her doing that is dangerous for her. Like, what if she drops? All of her weight is going to come down on her feet. And if something happens to her physically, he's not going to pick her up and carry her home. So he's just going to let her do it. The shade of it all.
I'm just sitting down now, and it stopped at the 3K. I would have liked to see how far over I went, but yeah, so I did the 3K. First goal achieved. Yes.
Okay, so you did a bunch of walking. Good for you. So how many calories are you going to eat tonight when you go home? And the next day and the next day? Because you're putting away some calories, Chantal. And hey, walking is good for you, but it's not going to cancel out between 6,000 and 9,000 calories a day. Just know that.
All right, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you for watching this walking video. It means a lot. And yeah, I hope you guys are following suit, getting out there and moving if you can. I'm starting small, 3K steps. That felt like a lot, though. So yeah.
Okay, so that's it for Chantal's supposed walking challenge, even though she really, in my opinion, wasn't challenging herself. She didn't do as much sitting as she did in the previous vlogs. And again, I think that's because the reaction channels were calling her out on that nonsense. So she fudged it a bit. She didn't sit down, but she made a point to stop and stand and rest herself. But it is what it is. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here. And please don't forget to check out Marley HENDRIX's video and her channel. The link is in the description. And I will see you guys later. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.